Thank you, Madam Chair, and welcome, panel. I want to be clear, Ms. Charo, on your testimony, and that is that I think you said there's a compelling public interest in research on fetal tissue. Is that right?
Yes, I said that.
And this is about saving lives, correct?
That is what I said.
Okay. Now, I think I heard you correctly when the chair asked you in the first round of questions about whether there's any ethical violations in regard to using fetal tissue for taste tests, cosmetics, or human and animal DNA testing. And I think Mr. Donovan and Ms. Cunningham expressed concern, but you did not. So could you explain to me the compelling public interest and the life-saving research that takes place when we use fetal tissue for taste tests and cosmetics?
First, I'm referring to the full range of uses, which includes all of the basic science research that we hear about.
I'm going to reclaim my time because this was very specific.
No, actually, the question was whether I thought there was a compelling public interest, and I'm talking about the full range.
The question came specifically from the chair about taste tests and cosmetics and DNA, or human and animal DNA testing, and you didn't express any concern. So do you have a compelling public interest that saves lives in regard to taste tests and cosmetic research using fetal tissue? Yes or no?
I'm going to take a page from you and say, I can't say yes or no because that's not actually what I said. I did not express no concern. I said those uses are probably more frivolous, but they are among the many uses for tissue.
So let me ask you this. Do you think there is a compelling public interest in saving lives if we use fetal tissue for taste tests and cosmetics?
Believe it or not, for taste tests, there might be, because the loss of taste neurologically can actually lead to devastating problems.
And how about cosmetics?
Depends on which cosmetic you're talking about. A lot of those skin grafts are considered aesthetic, but they're also very, very helpful.
Is there any research that you think is inappropriate using fetal tissue?
Well, using any tissue, fetal or adult, I find the cosmetic uses in Hollywood sometimes to be so frivolous, I'd be perfectly happy to see us abandon them.
I want to be clear, because it seems that you are here advocating on the behalf of fetal tissue research and stem cells. You've also consulted for companies that are involved in those activities. And the CV you provided in preparation for your testimony in 2002, you were the scientific advisory board of WI-Cell, and in their website it shows that it does stem cell research. In 2012, you were a consultant to Cleveland Biolabs, and in their SEC filings, Cleveland Biolabs says it uses proprietary stem cell lines in its products. And then in 2006, you were a consultant to Stem Cells, Inc. The firm's website says that it uses, quote, human neural stem cells in medicine. A leading university told the panel that it, quote, receives a proprietary cell line derived from fetal tissue that was supplied by Stem Cell, Inc. So you do have a vested financial interest in the boards that you serve on the research of fetal tissue, correct?
I received no funding from Y-Cell. I did receive consulting funding from Cleveland and Stem Cells, Inc.
Okay,
Those were not embryonic stem cells, by the way, that we were talking about.
So you do have a financial interest in?
Not at present, no.
But you have in the past?
I have, and by the way, every dollar of that was donated. You can look at my IRS tax returns.
So I want to go to another few issues. So let's say, now, if we could go to Exhibit A1, if we have someone who works for a tissue procurement business, and they're corresponding with an abortion clinic technician, and they're providing a wish list of items that they're going to want to purchase. Things like liver, thymus, skin, to be shipped by FedEx overnight, whether to Harvard or UMass. So you have a wish list, a shopping list being sent from the tissue provider to the abortion technician. And if we could also go to Exhibit A2. Here's a procurement compensation schedule. So we see the technician gets paid per specimen. And the more specimens you provide, the more money you make. And a side note, I thought that there was no profit motive here. I don't think that per specimen the cost goes up, but the more you provide, the more money you make, above your hourly wage, Exhibit 2A. And then if you go to Exhibit A3, you have the consent form that the technician brings out to the mom to garner consent for the abortion. And I would just note, if the panel would look at their Exhibit A3, anywhere in there does it say that the technician has a financial interest where they obtained $35 per specimen, up to 10 specimens, and $45 per specimen for those from 11 to 20? Does the financial incentive, is that shown in Exhibit A2, or I mean, sorry, A3, if you look at that quickly?
No, it's not there.
Okay. Does that concern you, that we have the technician who is receiving the shopping list from the business, and it's also the person that's going to go in and obtain consent from the mom, and there's a financial component to it? Mr. Donovan, does that give you any pause or concern ethically?
Well, I think that you have correctly shown that this would never pass muster for an IRB.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes, it has ethical problems.
Gentleman's time is.
My time has expired. I'm getting gavelled down. I yield back.